What do you get when you cross a Russian, an email, and an idiot?
Explosive and very fast-moving developments in the Russian meddling.
Major breaking news.
The very latest bombshell.
Breaking and stunning news in our politics lead today, the release of an email chain from last June between Donald Trump Jr. and this man, Rob Goldstone.
On its face, this is information that supports the allegation or the idea of collusion between the Trump campaign, or potential collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government.
Oh, cursed irony! The emails giveth the presidency, and the emails shall taketh it away. Do you guys realize how bigly this is? For a whole year, we've been wondering, did the Trump campaign collude with the Russians to affect the US presidential election? And finally, we have an answer. We have an answer. And I don't care which side you're on. We all wanted an answer for so long. For so long, everyone was like, man, there's so much smoke. There is so much smoke, but we don't know if there's a fire. We were on the ground, dying from smoke inhalation, like, I just want to know if there's a fire. And today we're like, yes, it's a fire. It's a fire. I'm on fire. New problem, but now I know the truth. Yes, it's a fire. Oh, finally. Because remember how just yesterday we learned that Donald Trump Jr., together with Jared Kushner and campaign manager Paul Manafort, had a secret meeting during the campaign with a Russian lawyer who was offering dirt on Hillary Clinton, all right? We learned that yesterday. Now, Trump Jr. had all sorts of excuses about why that wasn't collusion with Russia. He didn't know what the specific dirt was. He was just trying to help the campaign. He didn't even know her name. And you know that's an excuse he's used before. But today, we got more of the story.
Donald Trump Jr. just releasing a chain of emails leading up to his meeting with a Russian lawyer.
On its face, this email chain is proof of a willingness expressed by Donald Trump Jr. to collude with Russia to get information directly from the Russian government.
Donald Trump Jr. says he released those emails today to be totally transparent. But an editor for the New York Times said Trump only shared the emails after he was informed the paper was publishing a story about them.
I'm not even waiting for Curb Your Enthusiasm to come back now. This is the best comedy show ever. It really is. It really is. This two-legged brain foreclosure thought the best way to get out of this mess would be to jump into it himself. He was basically the guy in a movie cornered at the edge of a cliff, and everyone was like, we got you surrounded! And he's like, that's what you think. And then he just fell, and you're like, hey, you're falling to your death! And he's like, it's not a death if it's suicide. You're dying. Now look, I can sort of see his reasoning here. Trump Jr. thought if he could be transparent, unlike crooked Hillary, and share his emails, people would be like, huh, what an honest guy. The only problem is, once you read the emails, which are between Don Jr. and his contact Rob Goldstone, they prove the collusion that Jr.'s been denying all along.
Goldstone writes, the Crown Prosecutor of Russia offered to provide the Trump campaign with some official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary and her dealings with Russia and would be very useful to your father. This is obviously very high-level and sensitive information, but is part of Russia and its government support for Mr. Trump.
You could not write a clearer, more narky email than that. It's like getting an email that says, would you like, by your own choice, to smoke some illegal weed marijuana drugs in violation of local statute 22, section 3? But look, to be fair to Don Jr., just getting that email is no proof of collusion, right? You're not responsible for the emails you get. You're only responsible for the emails you send.
17 minutes later, Trump Jr. responds, if it's what you say, I love it.
I love it. 17 minutes later. The Russians said they wanted to team up with the Trump campaign against Hillary Clinton in the American presidential election, and Donald Trump Jr.'s response is, I love it. You would think, as a patriot, you would say, I may not like Hillary, but I'm an American first. Not, I love it. And maybe Don Jr. just doesn't know how to use the word love appropriately because he's never heard it growing up. But still, oh, okay, yeah. You might think, oh, that's not fair. Donald Trump loves his son, but does he?
Trump Jr. says today that he released these documents in order to be totally transparent. And hours later, the president put out a statement through his press office saying, "My son is a high-quality person, and I applaud his transparency."
My son is a high-quality person? I'm sorry, that is not a statement of support. In fact, that's not even a compliment. It sounds like Trump is just giving himself props. My semen makes the highest quality humans. My semen makes the highest quality humans and Eric. Like it or not, people, this is a big blow to the president and his administration. Because the question has changed now. It's no longer, was there collusion? It's now, how much collusion was there? And all because of his own son. Donald Jr. is now the first thing Trump regrets putting his name on. I bet you now he's going to have the name removed. Sorry, Junior, your new name is 60 Riverside Drive. So it was a big day, but honestly for me, the best part of today's developments was how they showed that once again, all of these Trump world masterminds are really just a group of low-rent pageant clowns.
The meeting was arranged by Rob Goldstone, a publicist for a Russian pop singer who worked with President Trump on the Miss Universe pageant, hosted in Moscow in 2013.
Look into my eyes. It was one of Goldstone's clients, Russian pop star Emin Agalarov, who requested the meeting on behalf of Veselnitskaya. Agalarov has hung out with President Trump, who once wished him a happy birthday.
Happy 35th birthday. Emin, wake up.
And even appeared in one of his music videos.
I'm really tired of you. You're fired.
I have a serious question. Does the Trump family know anybody normal? Because everyone around them is a cartoon. There's a life-sized minion, there's Dr. Lebowski, a white power walrus. Is there anybody they know who's like, hi, my name is Bill, I'm just a guy? Even their Russian contact, who should be super low-key, spends all his time, and this is real, posting ridiculous selfies of himself. This is him. This is what you find of him online. Look at this person. He's a real Snapchat filter. That's him. He looks like one of those character actors with a bunch of different looks on his headshot. I'm a beauty queen. Or I'm a sea captain. Or my favorite, Old Man Malala. And it's not like Rob Goldstone keeps it quiet when he's being shady. He was the one who took the Russian lawyer to meet Donald Trump at Trump Tower, which we know because he checked into Trump Tower on Facebook with the caption, "Preparing for meeting." People, at this point, it's not even a high-level conspiracy. This isn't House of Cards. Like, this isn't even Veep. It wouldn't even qualify for Blue's Clues. It's so simple that it wouldn't. It just, wait, no, Blue, it's not necessary. We've already solved it. Yeah, I know it's a clue. We all know it's a clue. The whole thing is a clue. We don't need you, man. Get out of here. Go. Go. I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry, Blue. You're a high-quality person. Hey everyone, before you click over to another YouTube contouring tutorial, just a reminder, watch full episodes of The Daily Show for free anytime with the Comedy Central app or at thedailyshow.com. Now you can go on your way. Remember, it's all about the cheeks, the lines, and the cheeks.